Hello, my name is Will Akinlade, and I'm joined with.
Tossif Sarker.
And here's another week of Tech Talk. Today we are starting with the article Adidas Nike kick their supply chain into high gear with 3D printing. So, this is something really interesting to me. I wasn't even sure that the shoe market used 3D printing for their shoes. I knew they had just started doing the more sustainable work of transferring plastics and garbage into creating shoes, but I didn't know that they use 3D printing. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I knew they used 3D printing because they would use like you said, the recycled material, but they would recycle the material. Recycling the material is actually one part of that whole 3D printing part,
Mm,
you know?
okay.
And it
Yeah.
says that Nike made almost 40 billion, whereas Adidas made almost 26 billion in revenue. So that 3D printing is
Yeah.
definitely working. That fast
Yeah.
manufacturing.
I'm very impressed by that too. It's even if it's the fact that it's more sustainable and it's a faster way of doing it, and it doesn't seem like the quality of their shoes have lowered by any means.
No, yeah, they're definitely not compromising the quality. So their total quality system must be top notch.
Yeah. The article also covers the origin stories of Nike and Adidas, which is very interesting that they were made pre World War II. Adidas by brothers Adolf
And Rudolph.
and Rudolph.
Yeah, and the brother
Um,
made Puma. That was a fun fact for
yes,
me.
it's amazing. What great family genes. Um, but
But they
yeah,
definitely.
this
I'm sorry.
article. Uh,
No, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, this article really showcases the potential that 3D printing has just contributed to technology so far. Um, 3D printing alone is a $51 billion market. And to know that it has reared its head in the shoe industry, helping to improve the ways in which they make our shoes is just very fascinating.
Well, I think that 3D printing market is only going to expand because it just depends on the and what you apply it to, right? So you said there was like what 50 billion market, $50 billion market, and once they like start making shoes or whatever, like you know how 3D printing makes houses, they can go expand that market and make it from 50 to 60, 70, $80 billion, you know. So it's just the technology is improving, the quality of and they didn't compromise on the quality of their shoes. So you would think that fast manufacturing is compromising on quality when it's not. It's really interesting.
Yes. The next article we have is Ferrari teams up with famed iPhone designer, which sounds like a very wacky team up just from the article title.
Right.
Um,
So this one caught my eye, and I wanted to read it because um, like you would think Ferrari has luxury and the quality of their build is amazing, and then you think of iPhone, who's a mass producer of like technology who provides quality items, and here the article mentions that the Ferrari member is teaming up with iPhone to create, merchandise and stuff like that for the company. So it really goes to show that like just because you work in one industry doesn't mean your skills aren't transferable to another, right? Your car manufacturing company is going to a technology company, in terms of designing, which
yeah, but
that goes to show that
that's the
quality.
thing. Does Ferrari have electric vehicles?
I think they're looking for, but I think more so. I think what's transferring here is the like being able to design products that are like high fashion and keeping quality, like that quality mindset that the Ferrari member has is going to transfer into the iPhone designing process. He's going to try to, increase the quality of the iPhones. I'm pretty sure in some way, whether it be achieving, what do you call it, like people wanting to buy the product because it has like more better curved edges, because maybe this designer was thinking about aerodynamics when making cars, right? So it's just a lot of stuff like soft skills, I guess, or technical skills that he could transfer into the iPhone manufacturing business.
Oh,
Does that make sense? You know,
that's
like you see how like going from a car to a phone both mean like learning quality systems, and it makes sense.
yeah, it does. It does. Um, the next article is about Cruise. Cruise Waymo received permits to offer self-driving rides in California. So,
Will, would you ever take a driverless car, a driverless Uber to like? I would be
yeah,
kind of
I don't know about
skeptical.
that. There's this fear of it crashing into someone and me witnessing that in a busy street. So I'm not sure I would take a driverless car. I would rather just call an Uber. But it is amazing towards like where we're heading to in the future, you know? Like this is
Right.
stuff that we see in all those TV shows and all those movies where a
I like
futuristic.
yeah, so Cruise and Waymo, they're two companies. Cruise is owned by Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, and Waymo is owned by I think
Oh.
General Motors. So for them to get these permits, right? So they both have cameras that are working very like almost like how a Tesla works, right? If you ever looked into a video of how Tesla cameras work. But
Yeah.
these have more sophisticated like radars and stuff that Teslas don't. Um, like I think lidar is like a type of radar, but the different approaches that these cars are taking is like way Cruise, the Google company, is totally driverless and they can't go more than 30 miles an hour. And then the General Motors one called Waymo, that can go up to 65 miles an hour, but there will be a guy in the car, but he won't be driving it unless he has to.
Yeah.
So, so when it comes to
Yeah.
safety like that, I like General Motors' approach to that because they're considering like the fail-safe, right? The
Yeah.
fail-safe
But
option
when
of
I
the guy.
read that,
Hmm.
I felt, yes, 30 miles per hour, you can have it without a driver in the car, but that still feels like enough to do damage.
Of
So there's
course,
still always
yeah.
going to be that fear for me.
I would
um,
feel much better taking Waymo because there's a guy in the car. He could pull the
yes.
emergency brake, whereas if
Yeah.
like it can go 30 miles an hour, but think about it, a car is capable of doing 120. It just takes one malfunction, like one short
Y-
circuit, one malfunction, one overheat, over temp, and that goes to speak on the quality build of the car, right? I'm trying to tie in quality here, but like say, like you drive a car and I drive a car. Whenever a car gets hot, like mechanical, electrical parts, they they deteriorate. So like these cars need to be inspected more so, and I would feel more safe with the guy in the car until this technology is
I,
has like a 99% success rate.
to me, it does feel a little bit redundant the Waymo way of having a self-driving car and then someone in there to pull a brake, someone getting paid. Um, I do feel like that's probably the future of Ubers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it at of this moment, it does feel kind of redundant to me. It kind of feels like this person is getting paid for not really doing a job. They kind of just have to be up and in you in the car just to pull a brake, which
Yeah.
feels more like a tour guide, if anything. Which, if it was used for tours, I guess that would be great. But as opposed to like driving you places and being like an Uber sort of vehicle, I feel is kind of redundant to have that person there.
Well, it would
You
just
get
only
what I
be
mean?
temporarily, but
Yeah,
just so things go
they can't
smoothly.
win. but yeah, so that's all we have this week for Tech Talk. Hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you in the next week. Thank you and
Bye.
goodbye.